Hello.
It says streaming, and it is streaming, and we are live on TikTok, and
Here, let me see. Where is it? Where?
yeah,
Oh, my volume is up on this.
people be jumping in.
Where? Why can't I find the traffic? Oh, this is
Oh.
too high. There we go. Oh, okay.
You spring it up. You can bend it down.
There we go.
Real Yardy, bless up. What's going on? Good afternoon from Montreal. Sammy jumping in with a chat message. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I am very excited. We are testing 2 cameras, and what I mean by that is, welcome Aaron, who's on camera.
Oh, I don't see myself on
It
TikTok.
will be. It's a quick delay.
Oh, okay.
It's a quick delay, and let me.
Oh, there I am.
Let me just do this.
Should look
Whoa.
up at the camera.
Camera moving.
Hello.
It's a little. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. I thought just. Yeah, it's a little bit of a delay, but it's working.
Oh.
So cool.
Yeah, I see the delay, but
It's weird delay. It's a weird delay, but it's a cool delay. And, you know, we can do cool stuff like this. Oh, now we're up close and personal. Yeah, I don't know which way I like it the most, but it's cool that we now have the ability to do 2 cameras.
Oh,
high
there's up
quality.
close.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, from Ontario, Canada, Michaela. Hi, Michaela. We're from Ontario, Canada too. So we're same place. Says, good afternoon, officers. Hello, how you doing? Camille from St. Catharines. How are you? This isn't a regular thing. It's actually almost time for me to go home, but I really
Yeah, I
wanted to
just
test
wanna
out.
test her out.
Yeah, because I found a new feature, see? And hello there from Line on YouTube. I love that I can do this and do that. And Mr. Baxter just joined. Dave, Mav, what's going on? Yeah, I can put in messages like this. They come in from YouTube and whatnot. You can't see the full feed, but it's I see that. Well, you see what you see on online. I could flip this one around. No, I can't. But I have 2 screens, and one is live and one is slightly delayed. It's so cool. Windsor, what's going on? This is Allo Coppers. Shouldn't you be about preventing crime? Oddly enough, I don't do that preventing of crime thing business that is often asked of us ossifers. But I'm an inside copper. Why? Because I'm a media relations officer who works in the office. I don't go on the road. I have an injury. I was injured in the line of duty, and I can't go on the road right now. Tequila says, my unemployed friend on a Tuesday morning.
That's I understand that joke.
I don't understand.
That's like a meme. It's silly.
Okay.
I was going to say a different word, but
Okay, it's all good. William Snow just followed us. Thanks for following us. If you don't know who I am, my name is Sean Shapiro. I'm a police constable with the Toronto Police Service right here in Ontario, Canada. I go on social media to answer your traffic and police questions. We do it Monday to Friday. Not doing it tomorrow because I'm taking the day off. I got some stuff and things to do. On camera, I can now say on the other mic, sitting directly in front of me, is Aaron Urquhart.
hello.
TPS_bike cart and parking guru extraordinaire, as I often like to refer.
I like that nickname you've given me, the parking guru.
Yes, and maybe you need a new username. I don't know. What do you think?
Should change the parking account to TPS Parking Gurus.
There you go. Danny says, so nice to see you both. Stay warm out there. I will be warm in my vehicle on the way home. Who knows what vehicle is from? Actually, it's more, I don't know if I'm doing that justice, but if you know the reference without me trying to embarrass myself much more than I already have, I'd like to know if you know what television show that's from. I guess I could change the accent a little bit to be a little bit more. Oh, somebody with a nasty name says it's the tax collectors. No, we're the people who keep good people honest. Not everybody who breaks the law when it comes to traffic is bad, but certainly the ones who make it unsafe for other people or slow traffic down by way of breaking traffic laws or parking where they shouldn't. Well, then we are there to not collect tax, because it actually costs more money to enforce the rules than any money that would be made from it. But you know what? If punishing you with a ticket that makes you feel bad gets you to change your behavior, then we've won. Then it's worked. It's awesome. What do we got here?
Somebody asked about, are there any consequences for cyclists who ride on the sidewalk? I have been nearly run over.
Yes, in fact, there are consequences for doing that. You can be charged under the bylaw, City of Toronto bylaw. Now, every jurisdiction is going to be totally different, but it is a ticket under the bylaw. I believe it's $60, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Why is the speed limit decreased by 10 kilometers in Guelph? I couldn't speak to you about it, Guelph in particular, but I assume it's similar to why it's dropped everywhere in the city of Toronto by about 10 kilometers, 50s or 40s, 40s or 30s. And that's because the slower you go, the less chance of killing somebody occurs. You are actually safer. And if you involved in a collision, there'll be less damage and risk of injury. So in the game of trying to keep people safe, slower is better. What do we have here? We have. Jackie says we need more police presence on the TTC. We have 80 officers. I believe it's 80 that are just being, called out to go and spend time on the TTC. So there's lots coming. And I heard on the radio today they have an additional 50 officers that are going to be parking enforcement specific. Not parking enforcement specific. See, I'm biased by you. You're standing in front of me. I read parking enforcement. No, security guards. They're putting 50 security guards. At least I think they just put out they're going to be hiring them. They haven't hired them yet. Can I find a ticket if they reduced my speed from 50 over to 39 over? Well, you got a gift already. Why would you fight it? If you did 50 over and you got it reduced, it means you didn't get a suspension. You didn't get towed. You didn't incur like the $2,000. You're not at risk for the same things. And I will tell you that if they go to court, if it was me, I would ask the court to raise to the original ticket speed. If I gave you a ticket for 39 over instead of 50, it's because I was kind. You take it to court, I'm going to be less kind. But that's just me. Very often I would ask people to, the justice of the peace, to apply to have the original ticket speed included, and they do. Howdy, dude and dudette. Do you get ticketed if you have a disabled permit in Toronto? Do you mean for parking or for driving? Because accessibility permits don't change the violation. If you park illegally or if you drive in contravention of the Highway Traffic Act, you still get a ticket. But there are some exemptions. Aaron, what are the exemptions?
Sorry, I was reading the chat. The exemptions for
disabled or accessible.
Accessible permits. Yes. So the exemptions in the Coles notes essentially are: you do not have to pay for on-street metered parking as long as you have your permit. You don't have to go to the meter, get a receipt, or pay by the app. You're exempt from payment, as well as regular no parking zones. So just the regular P with a slash through it, the no parking anytime. You can park in those zones as long as you are not obstructing the flow of traffic. If you are obstructing traffic, then you can get a ticket and you can still get towed if you have this accessible permit. So yeah, essentially those are the Coles notes in terms of exemptions, and anything that is a timed offense. So say it's 1 hour free street parking, you get 24 hours.
Nice. There is a particular person who has a name that I cannot repeat, but they don't think we care about real crimes because they have no fines involved. I know we care about all crimes, but we work in a particular department that focuses on particular things. So we focus on the things that we are directly involved with. So parking deals with parking. I believe I deal with traffic, but I also arrest bad guys if I catch bad guys. So there's a thing about that. Do you remember all of the criminal code? No, I most certainly do not. It is that thick. And I remember what I remember and I look up what I don't. So very often the things I talk about on a very regular basis. So it stays top of mind. Okay, let me see if I can get rid of this. How do I? No, it's stuck.
Somebody asked why vehicles parked in bike lanes don't get towed if they're a big safety issue. Well, the fact of the matter is usually people that are stopped in lanes, especially down, they're very quick. Usually they're running in to grab, food. They're a delivery driver. And by the time we call a tow truck and it gets dispatched, usually the car's gone. But if a car is left there parked and it is observed parked for a duration of time, of course we would call a tow truck. But yeah, as parking officers, we generally have an idea when someone is getting out of there pretty quickly. Or they're sitting in the car and we cannot call a tow truck if the car is occupied.
Let's see here. Driving on a 2-lane road with a solid yellow line, can people pass? Because a lot of jerks do it on hills. So on hills in particular, it's prohibited. You can't do it if there's no line of sight. It's dangerous. But crossing the line is not specifically against the law. Making U-turns or lane changes into oncoming traffic where there's no view, curve, crest of roadway, those are all highly dangerous and obviously not permitted. What are the physical qualifications to become a cop? We are hiring. Go to tps.ca/careers for all the information about all the positions, because we're hiring enforcement, special constables, all sorts of jobs, also administrative and professional, like programmers and things of that nature. So check out the website. That's where all the information is, and you will be most prepared for taking it to the next step. If there is a position available, I would honestly apply really quick, because there are postings. Is that the right way to say it? There are postings. They're only open for a particular time, and then they disappear. So if you are interested in one of those jobs, I would not leave it till tomorrow. I would take action. Karan says, I needed your help. I don't have money for lawyer, and Surrey RCMP is doing bad with me. I can't help you in Toronto. You can certainly speak to a lawyer. If you speak to someone that, whether it be pro bono or what is the case, you may find a lawyer or someone associated with the courts who might be able to help you. I can't forget what it's called. There's a particular lawyer who works in association with the courts, and they help you on the day of your events. But there's not much I can do for you here. If you are being investigated for criminal activity, I can't defend you. I can charge you if you do criminal things here. Totally different situation. But I hope that you do get the help you are seeking. We talk here. Ellie says, you need to enforce signaling and safe lane changes more. We focus on what we see. We can't pull over and interact with people when we don't see them doing whatever they're doing. But we see it, we do deal with it. If my vehicle gets towed, why don't they just bring it to my home instead of an impound? It's not a delivery service.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
No, they go back to the pound and they go get another one, and then very often much closer going. In any case, they wouldn't have the authority, once they take control of it, to simply release it. It would have to go to the impound and make sure that it's being released to the registered owner. Yeah. And of course, that's after you pay them, because taking it to your house means you'll have access to it. If it goes to a pound, you'll have to pay to get it out. I imagine that's one of the big reasons. Question: if a tenant didn't pay their rent, does the landlord have the right to break into the house? I am not a professional when it comes to rent and landlord tribunal things. I don't believe that they do, but I am not someone who can give you advice there. You would need to check with the powers that be, and in that realm, speak to a lawyer. Certainly, tenants have a lot of rights, and you should flex those rights. Okay. Go
ahead. Someone was just asking personally to me, how do you manage your sleeping schedule with rotational shifts and stay healthy? So I actually don't work the compressed schedule. There is one platoon within parking enforcement, my platoon, G platoon, that is Monday to Friday. We have 3 separate time slot shifts, so 6 a.m., 10:30, and then the afternoon shift, which focuses on rush hour. You do not get to choose which platoon you go to. They put you where they need you. So I do not do the shift work, but I have in my past jobs when I work security. And it's just about finding that balance in your body. And, when you're switching from nights to days, you got to bite the bullet sometimes and stay up when you're doing that switch over. And so you're setting your body back to your regular sleep schedule. There's a ton of different tips that you can do to be healthy and deep schedule.
I used to love working shift work. I miss it. I used to have a much better work-life balance when I had multiple days off in a row rather than just the weekend. I loved going to Costco when no one else was there, but you get used to it. I think it's if you take care of yourself and sleep, it's actually not that bad. I certainly enjoyed it a lot.
I did too, actually.
I'm a Monday to Friday guy now, so now I feel like I'm always working.
Same. I actually wanted to stay on shift work when I got into parking. I was trained on compressed, and I put in a 649 to stay on compressed, and then I got moved to Monday to Friday, and I've never looked back. So it's something you're going to get used to regardless, whatever schedule you're on.
For sure. You make it work. And there's so many different shift patterns depending on what police service you go to work for, so you may find one that works for you. Keegan says, is it wrong to enjoy going the speed limit and watching the impatient drivers get super angry? No, it's not wrong. I actually quite enjoy it myself. I follow the law. I don't speed because I practice what I preach, and I tell you not to speed, so I don't speed either. And I really enjoy watching people lose their mind, and because they're completely in the wrong. There is no legal permission to speed ever. Not even if you're on fire. There's no reason to speed. Slow down. It would be a lot safer. It would be a lot safer world and road if people would just slow down and do the speed limit. Rocco says, why don't you do something instead of being on TikTok? Well, what should I do, Rocco? I mean, you've got ideas and suggestions. I'd love to hear them. I'm sure none of them will be polite, but at the end of the day, I'm a media relations officer. I do this because education is a huge component of traffic safety, and this is meaning Facebook, and I've been doing this for a couple of years. We have over 602.9 thousand followers on TikTok, but we're simultaneously broadcasting across all of our social media platforms. This actually isn't when we go live normally. Normally it's Monday to Friday from 10 to 11, but today we are testing new functionality, which is how we're getting this multi-camera setup working right now, and that's the only reason we're live, because we're testing stuff. But this is a bonus round. Tomorrow we're not here because I have to take the day off. Be back at 10 a.m. on Thursday, and then of course 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Friday, which is actually Friday. I love Friday. Why is the cops on 23 division? What's the question here? It disappeared on me. Oh no.
That was a really while back in the chat.
Yeah, like 55 messages came back. Oh, okay, I lost it. I can't find it. I got a parking ticket in Montreal already left, and I'm in Ontario. Do I still have to pay for it? I imagine they will come after you in small claims court or have something pending in Montreal, but I don't know. I would assume you should be responsible and pay the parking tickets that were issued to you because they may have the ability to have it impact your license here in Ontario. What do you think?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I found the question. So it is, why is the cops in 23 division allowing motor vehicles, e.g. pickup? Jam, I only got part of your question. Okay. Maybe there'll be more of it later. Jeff says, wow, some rude people in here today. You know what?
Yeah.
There's trolls all the time, and I generally invite trolls. I think it's great to have differing opinions. When they're just yelling and screaming and shenanigans, it makes no sense, and we ignore them.
I've muted a lot of people in this chat.
All right. Shall we stop aside for ambulance without siren on? If they don't have their lights and sirens on, there is no reason to move over for them. If they have their lights on and siren on, you are legally required to pull over. Lights on by itself is a weird spot. I don't know why they do it. It's the hey, look at me, but you have to move out of the way if they have their system active. As a truck driver, I've been stuck at an intersection for almost 30 because cars keep taking right on red. What should I do because I cannot block the intersection? We have a lot of unfriendly and entitled drivers on the road, and I don't have any good suggestion for you. You have to make sure that you can complete your turn in safety, and the people who are making rights on reds without stopping are completely unacceptable. I would put in a traffic complaint on our website, tps.ca. You can make complaints there, and maybe the trouble intersections that you see are something that we could be made aware of and then put some enforcement on. People don't understand that they have a responsibility when making a right on red to come to a stop and ensure it's completely safe. If you're making a turn on a green, you have the right of way, but that doesn't mean anything because if you end up in a collision or stuck, you're still going to get a ticket. Does parking enforcement use automatic license plate readers?
We have a plate recognition feature, but it's not like an automatic thing. I think with the street sweeper cars, they also have that when they drive around the city to catch stolen vehicles or stolen plates. But in terms of just writing normal parking tickets, if I take a picture of your plate, then it could decipher what the plate is. Sometimes it's kind of glitchy. I don't use it.
You know what? They're going to be more. It's something that the provincial government is financing, so we're going to see more automatic plate readers. I just got a shout out to Billy Wang, who comes in from YouTube. The best cop. I love your videos and live. Also the Q&A box. You know what? You're awesome, Billy. Thank you very much for the shout out, for the love. Let's see here. Hello there. Do you know if there will be any new TPS Dodge Chargers? If you have any of that info, I don't know about new ones. We have 2 that are marked and 2 that are not marked. But beyond that, I don't think they're being made anymore. So I don't think there'll be any more coming. If that answers your question. And Credit Repair says, thank you, officers, for hosting this. You are answering many questions I wouldn't even know who to ask. Well, that's what we're here for. We're an educational channel on TikTok. We're also on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're everywhere. We're everywhere you are. Wherever you're watching, that's where we need to be. And that's why we're on TikTok. We have over 602,000 followers, almost 603,000 followers on YouTube. And Aaron, you're at like over 250,000, right?
I'm approaching 275.
Right on. And you and I have been. I mean, you started me onto the TikTok thing.
I
did. You were doing stuff before I even got on the platform.
Yeah, I was just kind of playing around with it. Didn't really know what it was all about, and I just made one video. And actually, you helped me with one of my first videos with Jason.
Yeah.
And he wants to get in some more TikTok action when he comes back in a couple weeks as well.
Let's make it happen. We should totally do more. More. The word "more" goes with TikTok, like peanut butter and jam. You just got to do more of it. Can you cross a solid white line, and what's the difference between the yellow and white lane? Lane line. Well, I think you meant line. Harry, you couldn't have asked this question better. I was talking about this earlier with a friend of mine this morning. We were chatting in the lobby, and the deal is that a solid white line, or dotted for that matter, and a yellow line, the meaning of that is that the traffic on the other side of a white line is traveling in the same direction as you, and a yellow line, the traffic on the opposite side of it, is traveling towards you in the opposing direction, which means if you cross that yellow line, you're probably going to drive head-on into another vehicle. Good things to know, right? Solid lines suggest you should not cross because it's unsafe. You're approaching a crest of grade, or for whatever reason, traffic control doesn't want you to cross it. And a solid white line would be the same thing. They don't want you to cross it. Dotted line means it's safe to cross. Now, there is no ticket in the province of Ontario for crossing a line. Now, I say that because different provinces do have tickets that would be issued, that you'd be violating the law. But I want you to know that it's not against the law to cross the line. It may be against the law to cross the line in violation of a sign that's posted. That could be a problem. You can get a ticket for that. Obviously, if you cause a collision by crossing the line, you're entirely responsible. Not only did you cause a collision, but you had a sign by way of a dotted line or a solid line telling you what to do, and you ignored it. So it's not against the law to do it, but you're responsible for everything in there. Elle says, say the website name. Which website name? Like tps.ca, or do you mean trafficcop.ca, which gives you links to all of our social media platforms. It even gives you a link to come into our Volley Space, which is a little community group that we have. You can send video, voice, or text. Do you mean the website name for... If you go to trafficcop.ca, actually bring you to a whole bunch of useful stuff. Like you can check the license to see if someone is valid before lending them your vehicle. It's a good thing to do. Noble says they love going over the speed limit. If you like going over the speed limit, I suggest you get involved with racing on a track where it's legal. Otherwise, don't do it because your driving sucks. I can say that, I think I said it anyway, so I'm going to say it.
Sorry. I'm laughing in the chat. Someone's like, you're not even letting her answer a question, referring to me. And I'm like, let me just let you know, we are in two different jobs, two different roles. So a lot of the questions he's answering, I actually can't answer or don't have the information to answer. I'm a parking officer. Sean is a police constable. Just want to clear the air there.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad we covered that up. And maybe I got to put up the names. There's no names here. I've got a little caption button. I can do this for myself, but I have to create one for you. Oh wait, no. There's mine, but I can't put one on the right hand side
My
for
name
you.
tag is here.
No, but I got your name up. I got your info. I just don't have it. Like there's no right justify.
Oh, I see it there on the bottom left.
And hey, look at this. I can put this message up, and it says, "Ask a Traffic Cop." We go live weekdays from 10
there
to
I
11
am.
Eastern Time.
That's my handle. Follow me.
Yes.
If you want.
And if you're interested in becoming a member of the Toronto Police Service, check out www.tps.ca/careers. I like it. I like it a lot. Let me go back into the chat because I see there's a bunch of questions that came up. Arian says, what are the possibilities of going in a car with camera on live? I've from my phone. It's easy to do TikTok only. It's less easy to do what we're doing now with having the computer access. I can do it from an iOS device. I've never really tried. It's more work to navigate. Maybe I do it as a remote and somebody else drives. We'll see. The Canadian Show, my buddy who does his own show. I love it. He's on TikTok and on YouTube, obviously. He does a trivia night. And I was suggesting, I don't know if you caught this earlier, but I was suggesting that you join me on screen and do a traffic trivia. You host, and we'll make a show of it. We'll have some fun. And here's the question. He wants to know, how do you record your videos while riding your bike? This is a question not for me, because I don't ride a bike, right? At least not in uniform.
Yes, so I can show you actually. So when I'm wearing my body armor, my vest, I have a big, large pocket in the front. And what you're looking at it, I literally just put my phone on wide angle lens, 0.5, and it sticks out of my vest like this. It's not a body camera. It's just an iPhone 12.
Yes.
And it does the job quite well.
It's awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. Ihuha.
What?
It's EHU space HA. Ihu-ha. I'm assuming. Anyway, why do you guys encourage people driving the speed limit to keep left so others speed? What? What? We don't encourage people to go left. Left is for passing. Mind you, it's for passing no faster than the speed limit and should be done safely and legally. Exceeding the speed limit is illegal all the time. If you're going to go below the speed limit, or even if you're not actively passing, stay to the right. That's the safest thing to do. Help catch drivers making a right on Yonge Street at St. Clair between 426, no right turn. That's awesome. Thanks, Posty. What I would suggest doing, though, I can't take a report this way. It's already gone. I've already forgotten. Go online, go to tps.ca. You can make online reports, and that will go to the division who will be handling the situation. I just saw some lag. I just noticed some lag on TikTok. But yeah, online, tps.ca / just go to tps.ca. There's a button for making reports. Let's see here. Oh, yes. Oh, so Canadian Show's down with that idea of doing some trivia stuff. Let's chat via TikTok message about doing something. Sounds good. Or you can get me on LinkedIn, whatever's better. Danny says, LOL. Need to focus on people still texting and driving. It's really bad. Mr. Sandro49 says that, and you're absolutely right. And we do. We have a Vision Zero enforcement team. They go out every day. They are out there looking for the big four. That's people who are speeding, driving aggressively, running red lights, stop signs, all sorts of dangerous stuff. Those who are distracted driving, obviously on their cell phones and whatnot, or driving impaired. That's their focus. They do nothing but do that kind of enforcement. They're all over the city. We announce every day on the show, as well as on social media, where they are going to be. So check it out. They are out there working hard, and they post on our Twitter pictures of the stops they make. Aaron, you look like you're chomping at the bit to say something.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm just scratching my lip. I keep forgetting I'm on camera now.
Yeah, it's so weird. This is brand new. You're the first people to see this.
Can't be picking my nose like I usually. I'm just kidding.
Yes, I look over. Usually, you're knuckle deep in your nose.
Yeah.
I was just talking about the dryness in here because my lips are so dry. I'm going to buy a little personal humidifier to have on the desk here, just spray and mist me the entire day. It's a big deal. It's very, very annoying. Very annoying. It's crazy you ignore my question, says the real Yardy.
That was a long time ago.
You got to know that we don't ignore you. There's just so much going on. We missed you. It's just simple as that. Do police have daily drug tests? Why would we have daily drug tests? No. But why? Like, do we trust? Do we test people daily for drugs being tested? We're looking for impaired drivers, looking for drugs and alcohol that way. Lisa says, thank you so much. That's the only. Were you talking to Lisa about applying, or are we talking? I don't know. There's a comment about applying, and she thanks us very much. Any updates for those at fault, pickup versus big rig? So, Danny, I don't know if you saw the update. I did post one yesterday about the fact that it is the pickup truck that's absolutely at fault. And then the question was, that I posed it to everybody, was would you charge them for make unsafe move, which is one charge that's available for what they did, or careless driving? Oddly enough, about 58% of the people who have responded thus far say that they would charge that driver with careless driving or both. So, very interesting. I've not yet done the part 3 to do this. Harry wants to know if I'm using TikTok Live Studio. I am not. I am currently using Restream, which is a subscription system. You can actually, do I have an ability to give you a referral code? I think I can save you money if I give you a referral code. Let me see if I can do this. If I can give you a referral code, I will. It'll give you a coupon. Why wouldn't I give you a coupon? Let's see. Trying, copy. Here we go. I can give it to you. I can do that. Closing the window. Captions. This is me. Here we go. Okay. Restream on the screen. That's a referral code. It gives you some money off. I think it may give us a discount too. So in a roundabout way, you're helping the Toronto Police get a discount code benefit. But that I've never shared this on screen before. But since you asked, that's how you do it. It allows you to stream simultaneously. So our stream is actually currently going out to a whole bunch of places. Where are you asking? You're asking where? I'm glad you asked. Let me put up my screen and my screener. Here we go. Take that down. We're currently on YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Now that's just on. We're actually on 2 Facebook pages, 2 Twitter pages, 2 Twitch pages, and 2 YouTube pages simultaneously. So we're going out to a whole bunch of places. Not to mention we're also on TikTok. Normally we're on Instagram. We're not on Instagram right now because that would have required me to turn on another phone. And right now we're just going through these 2 cameras exclusively.
Someone's like, she's just playing games, I'm assuming, referring to me. I'm actually reading your comments on the chat, in fact. So that's why I'm looking down at my phone.
Yes. See, not a game. How dare you? Well, but now you switch back to Tetris, right?
Yeah, I don't have that game on my phone.
I always see cars in Toronto parked almost directly after a right turn on that street would turn to can't be legal, right? Yeah, you can't park that close to an intersection. You can't be right on the corner, turn hard right, I'm assuming.
Yes, 9 meters to any intersecting
I found that out
road.
the hard way when I got a ticket.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I just realized that overlay is still covering half my face. Let's see. So yeah, I got a ticket actually. I was too close to an intersection, so I found that out, and I paid my ticket because I was responsible. See, as a theme here, I suggest people take responsibility. Bebop wants to know what's a female officer. I don't know what that has to do with anything. Let's see here. If someone has a collision in downtown, she has parked in bicycle lanes, can she get a ticket? What? If you have a collision and your vehicle is disabled and you pull to the side and it happens to be in the way of a bicycle lane, I don't think a parking enforcement officer is going to write you a ticket for having been in a crash.
No, we do not do that. And if you do get a ticket and your car is inoperable, then I would appeal that ticket and prove that your car was inoperable.
Yeah, like the bill from your towing company.
Exactly. Exactly.
We're all about being reasonable. We want to keep people safe, but it's about being reasonable. Can you discuss passing laws? Is it only permitted when someone is under the limit? Yes, passing is only legally permitted when you're under the limit because you're not allowed to exceed the speed limit to pass. I see people passing at 130. Those people should have their licenses removed. They don't deserve to drive. Driving is a privilege. I know. I get to be dear old dad and tell you that you're doing the wrong thing and making bad choices in life. And when you kill someone as a result of your choices, I will wag my finger at you. And then you'll have the PTSD of that for the rest of your life. It's not worth it. Why does Canada leave the British Commonwealth and join the United States? No idea, Pete. Couldn't tell you. Not my department. Sold my car a month ago. Do I return the number plate to Service Ontario? You can. You're responsible for those plates if you don't. But it doesn't cost you anything to hang on to them. But yeah, if you want them out of your hair, you can certainly return it, and that would be a good time to tell them that you sold it. Very often people sell cars, the person they sold them to never reports it sold, never transfers it in their name, and you're responsible for that vehicle forever and ever. If it gets towed and impounded, they'll be calling on you to say that you owe them money. Can I drive my friend's ignition interlock car? You can drive an interlock car. They cannot drive a car that has no interlock if they have the interlock designation. For anyone who's watching and has no idea what I'm talking about, if you've been convicted of an impaired operation offense, you can apply to become involved in something called the interlock program, which allows you to start driving sooner, but it means that you must actually blow into a machine that takes a breath sample and ensures you have no alcohol in your system in order to operate that vehicle, and it will randomly ask you for more. When I think of Toronto, I think of the Police Academy movies. Pete, I'm right there with you. In fact, if you go to Lakeshore, the Lakeshore campus of Humber College, you can see where Commandant Lessard had his office because that's where the first movie was filmed. And I went to Humber. I love going there. I used to take pictures. And I still, whenever I'm there, I drive through and I'm like, look where I am, Police Academy. Are you allowed to vape and drive? Vaping and driving is not specifically illegal unless there's a passenger in your vehicle that is under the age of 16, because then it would be illegal. Hello from Edmonton. How's it going, Edmonton? What do we got here? Can you drive if your windshield falls off? That's unsafe to me.
Especially in winter. Cold, too.
It's a chilly one.
Actually, this is a good question. How about stop here on red light, on right turn, and some of them have no turn on red light. So I'm assuming it's like they have that sign saying stop here on the red. Can they advance forward if there is no sign saying you can't turn right?
If come to a complete stop where it says they and it is safe to proceed to make their right turn on red, then I see no reason why they couldn't. If there's a sign, obviously, that's up there that says you cannot make a right turn on red, that's a reason not to make a right turn. Here's a good question. Can a cyclist be charged under the HTA for failing to signal a turn or signal a stop? Yes. Yes, they can. Have you ever been ticketed for signaling or lack thereof?
Me?
You.
No, I haven't.
I say this.
So they can get ticketed if, like, I don't do my stop.
I say yes because you're responsible for almost everything. I say almost everything because, like, a handheld communication device charge doesn't apply to a cyclist. But let's just say fail to signal. Maybe it may actually say that fail to signal for turn. Yep. The driver or operator of a vehicle upon a highway. That's vehicle means bicycle as well.
So what if I'm approaching a, like, stop, like, traffic light? Do I need to signal that I'm stopping even though the light is red?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're signaling your movements. And technically, although I never ever see any hands, I shouldn't say never ever. It is so rare that I do not recall the last time I saw a cyclist actually signal a move. But by letter of law, you would have to do that. I got to tell you, we're not out there hammering cyclists. I know the cyclist community seems to think we've got a bone to pick with them. If we actually wanted to spend time focusing on cyclists, they'd be getting a lot of tickets because there's a lot of violators out there. But we're not, even though some people think we are. Yeah.
I also see a lot of violations.
But cars and cyclists, there'd be no difference. When I was a kid, and that was a while ago, when I actually called myself kid, I had electronic signals on my bicycle. I had a speedometer on my bicycle. I was serious about cycling. I used to do it. I chose to get a bicycle instead of a car at 16 because it was more practicable for me to do that. More practical. I wanted to say practicable, which is actually a police term. Not at all ready for that. Anyway, wrong word. Practicable. I keep wanting to say it. It's so ingrained in me to say practicable. Yeah, it's just, it made sense. So I had the electronic signals. I had all the stuff. I loved it. It made life easy. I had headlights on my bicycle. It was for safety. And technically it was for compliance under the HTA. So, how are Hamilton taxi cabs permitted to have blue lights on the roof? So a blue projector bulb is different than a blue illumination, just a accent light. They're different. That's why. You can't have a beacon. Oh, Lisa says, Aaron Urquhart, you are the best. Thank you for your hard work. You know what, Aaron?
Thank you.
You're the best.
Likewise, you're also the best.
We're all the best. Let's see here. Scrolling back. Can you get a DUI on a bike? I'm pretty sure you can. That's Meg Joe. No, you can't get a DUI on a bike unless it's an e-bike, because an e-bike is a motor vehicle under the Criminal Code of Canada. The real Lima Lyons said some things that make me suggest or make me believe that he may not like cyclists. Let's see here. Sultan King says, what is the safest speed on the left lane of the highway? The safest speed is the speed limit, or based on road conditions might be less than that. You're not allowed to speed. So I would obviously be telling you that the speed limit is the maximum you can go, and you have to drive based on the conditions, which might be below the speed. My G2 expires in July. Can I pay to, I'm assuming you're going to say to extend it, or do I have to take the G test? You can actually take the G2 test again, and that will extend it for 5 years, and you have to pay again. Okay. What are you guys doing to stop catalytic converter theft? Craig, we're going to hang out in front of everybody's car and prevent them from being stolen. Unfortunately, we can't. We can't be anywhere all the time. We can't prevent home theft. We can't promote. How you doing? We got 2 cameras now. You can be on camera. Nope. He says nope.
Hey, Mike.
That is Mike. He's the big man, and he's an awesome dude. So, yeah, the truth is we take reports and we try and uncover the rings of theft to stop the organized crime and the unorganized crime, for that matter. But we can't prevent someone. There are things you can do when people weld and mark their catalytic converters to try and prevent it. But the truth is we can't prevent someone from stealing something. We're not driving around aimlessly, to stop that theft. I wish we could do something, but that's just not possible. If there is something that we can do, let me know. I'm not aware of it. Is it okay to drive up to 140 kilometers on the left? No. Posted speed limit is the maximum. My wife got her G1 license in Ontario, but she has an expired driver's license from UAE. Can she drive? No. First, two things. One, if you live here and you've been here more than 90 days, your UAE license is not valid here anymore. Your G1 license, or her G1 license, is the only license that is accepted in Ontario now that she's applied for one. She can only drive while following all the conditions of a G1 license. So, I think I covered it already. She got her G1 license. That's the only license that is here. The UAE license is no longer valid because she has a G1. And additionally, once you're here more than 90 days, you can't use it anyway. What's the highway speed in Ontario? It's the posted speed, either 100 kilometers an hour, and in some areas, 110. And Cody accurately says the fast lane does not mean driving past the limit. That's correct. It means going faster than the person who is going below the limit. And it's not even a real thing, the fast lane. It's not. There's no such thing called the fast lane, the passing lane. It is just how it has come to be that you slower moving traffic is to stay right. Okay. Jumping ahead. If I had a license in Alberta and moved to Ontario, would I still have a G2? I'm 16. G2s are transferable. G1s are not transferable. In other words, if you have a learner's permit, it doesn't count. G2 or the equivalent is transferable. My daughter just got her full G today. Congratulations, Jer Bear's daughter. What do we got here? Please don't ask the same things repeatedly, like Will, who just spammed the chat for asking about that moving to Ontario. Somebody's dad's going to jail for 10 years but didn't do a single crime. Usually we don't put people in jail unless they've committed an offense or were proven to have committed that offense in court. I'm sorry if that's what's happening, but maybe a lawyer is something you should be talking to, not the chat room. Let's see here. Can the MTO pull you over? Yes, they can. Can a cyclist be ticketed from going on the sidewalk from the road to make a light? Yes, in Ontario.
I answered that in the
did?
chat.
Very good, very good. Jason saw a squirrel.
I just saw that.
What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, or your favorite movie?
Well, I'm putting it on.
I don't know. I have a lot of favorite movies. I can't just narrow it down to one.
I'm a big fan of. I'm big, and I'm a fan, so I'm a big fan of movies. I love watching them. So there's many that I like. I have a long list of favorites. Unfortunately, different genres and whatnot. We'll have to do an episode just on movies. Let's see here. There was one that jumped out as something to be interested in. Oh, what if you have diarrhea? Then can you speed? Fred Bear wants to know. And the answer is no. You're never allowed to speed. Nope. You're never allowed to speed. And here's a story that I tell all the time, and it's that I stopped a gentleman who said, "But I really have to poo." And I said, no problem, license, ownership, and insurance. I said, the next bathroom's at the Esso station down the street. Happy to follow you there. He went, he did his business, he came out, he got his tickets. That's as simple as that.
Sorry, something really bad just came to mind.
Never
mind.
Did you see the squirrel on the air conditioning unit?
Today?
No, this is a Instagram. I laughed so hard I cried. It was the best thing ever. Can I find this for you? The best thing ever. And I am not easily impressed, but man, was I laughing. Sent it to my wife, so I'm going to find it here. I cried. I laughed so hard I cried. Here we go. First, the reaction.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, you all have to be subjected to my cackling laugh.
Well,
that's like, you can't even make that up. That's too good.
Well, it's fake. It's got to be fake. It's got to be fake.
There's no way. I was going to say.
But I love it.
It's believable.
Okay, wait. Here we go.
I wish you didn't tell me it was fake.
It's got to be fake. One more time because I love it so much. I died laughing. I have been reborn after having seen this. Like, this was so funny. My wife was less impressed, but my kids and I got little kids, we laughed so hard. This was I mean, my eyes were cleaned. I was crying. I was laughing so hard. It was fantastic.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow, it's 2:00.
Maybe you should get. Oh yeah, thanks. Somebody doesn't like the prime minister. There's a lot of people who don't like the prime minister. Can an OPP officer sit on private property and run radar? Depends what you call private property. Like, you mean the edge of roadway that actually belongs to the city, not your property? It doesn't. Your property doesn't go to the street. Since when do cops do live? Shake my head. Heezy King something. I don't know what the rest of your name is. Heezy King Princey. That's an easy to say thing 5 times fast. The deal is that we have been doing this for a couple of years. We're the largest educational traffic and traffic safety channel on TikTok. We do a daily show. We are reaching people around the world, and we literally have an audience around the world. It's amazing. But we are all about changing. Angel says, you guys have TikTok? As a matter of fact, we do. You're on it. You're watching. That's how you're seeing us. We do this all the time. And it's pretty awesome. We have been recognized all over the place. I mean, literally, I've been recognized at Mandarin Restaurant while scooping ice cream. But it's cool. Chantel says, thank you guys for all your hard work. So much respect for you. And lots of hearts, which I think is very kind. Thank you very much. Thank you for the thank yous. You need to look for truckers doing TikTok lives while driving. Yes, anyone doing a TikTok live or on their phone in any way, shape, or form. Totally not okay. It's used for it's illegal. It's distracted driving. Now listen, if you set it up before you go and you're nowhere near your phone, you're not touching it, you're not looking at it. If the screen is not visible to you, you're actually okay to be live streaming. I will tell you that talking to a person on the phone or to an audience on TikTok is a distraction, and is not okay. It's not illegal. Like being on the phone, talking to the passenger in the car with you, talking to yourself is a distraction. Focusing on drive. I know it sounds crazy, but the number one cause of collisions is distraction, and it does not necessarily mean using a cell phone. Thanks from Niagara on the Lake, not Electron. Well, you're very welcome. What is a cop's favorite donut? If that's a dad joke, I'm looking for the punchline. If it's if you're talking about other stuff, then my favorite is a raspberry jelly filled donut from Krispy Kreme. Just saying.
Somebody had a question. I'm assuming it's regarding the video I posted yesterday. If a truck and disconnected trailer are in a bike lane, are both separate tickets? Yes. And that was the video I posted on TikTok yesterday. It's blowing up pretty big. And yeah, if so generally, if the trailer is hitched to the truck, then I would just issue the one ticket. But if it's unhitched and the trailer has a plate, which it should, if it's on the road, then it could get its own separate ticket for the bike lane. Yes. And I have ticketed trailers before.
Yes. And then people leave them in places and we have to deal with how to
Oh, yeah. And then they ask us to remove them, and it's not a responsibility. Yeah.
The Canadian show asks, can police hide for speed traps? Absolutely. Although I've never worn camouflage, we are certainly allowed to hide and be discreet. We're not obligated to announce our presence. And in fact, I like that because we want to catch people doing the wrong thing. What happened?
Oh, so my phone died.
Oh.
No juice. It's okay. I'll have to plug it in. I can't read your chat anymore, so be nice.
Or who cares because you can't read it.
Yeah, or that as well. What I won't see won't hurt me.
That's right. Like Tristan, who just got reported for his comment.
Good.
Yes.
Whatever he said,
yes.
They said.
Doesn't matter. It's unimportant. Can I drive a car I just bought home with insurance but not being registered? You can if you have plates that are unattached, not currently attached to another vehicle. You have them. They're up to date and valid. You can actually drive home with insurance being placed on the car. You have up to 6 days to do that. My suggestion is transfer them properly at the MTO, at the Service Ontario. You want to register things as quickly as possible. You don't want to actually run the risk of having problems, especially if you're selling a car. You want it transferred out of your name so you're no longer responsible for it. So we talked about this, and then the next question is, the Canadian show asks, ever pull someone over who is notable or noteworthy? I have, in fact, a number of people, and privacy and secrecy suggest I can't tell you. One of them was a newscaster who I gave a break, and I regret having given him a break because he then was not very friendly. But I did give him a break. I give people breaks on occasion.
Me too. People seem to think that we don't ever. But
no, we do.
I do.
I'm an easygoing guy. As much as now listen, I'm not easygoing when you're putting people's lives at risk, but for the stuff that's, not so serious.
Yeah.
Do you like donuts? Everybody likes donuts. The suggestion that it's only cops who like donuts. Donut shops would go out of business if it was just us. because we're cheap. No, it's Mike, who something or other says this is what our tax money is paying for. Actually, 4 minutes ago, I stopped being paid, and when I go home and do this all night for free, you're not paying for that either. Yes, you are paying for the salary of a police officer who is a media relations officer, traffic educator, an expert in stuff and things. Yeah, and I do a lot more than just go on TikTok, but we are educating people. We are being accessible so that we can actually engage the public. You used to do this in person at events and trade shows and barbecues and go out and shake hands and answer the same question 600 times. Here we have 4,694 people over the last 30 minutes who have spent time, or 50 minutes now, who have spent time. We've had live streams with 50,000 people in them. We have 602,000. I'm going to say 603 now. We're like 100 away or 50 away from 603,000 followers on TikTok.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. We have over 20,000 people on our Twitter. We have thousands of people who reach out to us and are helped by this content every single day. I won't apologize for it, but I am happy to engage and answer these questions because it really just goes to just how amazing this is. We are the largest TikTok educational police channel on the platform in the world, which is pretty amazing.
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah, and we're going to keep doing it. We keep growing it. We're actually moving to a larger studio space. The service is sold. This is a positive. We've had the former chief of police when he was still a chief.
Yeah.
I hope that we managed to get the new chief of police here. We support other units within the service, although we are really a focused traffic channel. Everyone drives. Everyone needs to know this information. Actually, even if you don't drive, if you walk, if you ride, if you rollerblade, you need to know what the laws are. You need to be safe. And the benefit of making other people or convincing people to be safe protects all the vulnerable road users, whether you use the road or not as a driver. Aaron does amazing work as a parking enforcement officer and a media relations officer on that side of the house. And we're under the same unit. We have the same boss.
And speaking of our boss, I just wanted to piggyback off that when we get the comments like, do your boss, like, I can't believe you guys are on TikTok, you should be fired. It's actually our bosses who put us in these positions and want us to be doing this and want us to engage with you all. So, when I have a higher up, which is, his boss, my boss, a white shirt within the Toronto Police Service who says, I saw your video, I loved it, do more. I'm going to do more. We're going to do more. So it's for good reason. It's not just, for fun. This is our job. This is a part of our role.
Oh.
And it's pretty sweet.
Let's see here. The Canadian Show wants to know if I've ever pulled over Lloyd Robertson. No, I have not. But and then my dad had 6 Dunkin' Donut shops in Toronto back in the 90s, but obviously Tim Hortons ruled and pushed them out. I didn't know that. See, I knew that we were meant to be friends, but I didn't know we were connected by donuts. He grew up on donuts.
Donut talk in this
live. It's not always, but certainly it does happen. A reminder that we are not going to have a live stream tomorrow. We normally go live on weekdays from 10 to 11 Eastern time, but we will not have one tomorrow because I have to go and do stuff and things that do not include being at work. But I will be back on Thursday, and we will do this again then. This has gone longer than I ever anticipated. This was a test.
Yeah, we were literally going to do this for like a couple minutes, and it turned into an hour?
53 minutes. But you know what? This is tomorrow's show today. And tomorrow I can put up a link and say, hey, we went extra. This was just for you guys. Yeah. Actually, you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to schedule this to go live everywhere but TikTok. It'll replay tomorrow morning as a live stream. And that way the folks who are looking for that content, that they'll be able to get it on YouTube and everywhere else. Let's see. I'm just scrolling to see if there's anything that's popping out as amazingness. Thanks for everyone who's followed us. Thanks for everyone who has asked questions and engaged us, because that's what we're all about. And drive safe, drive sober. If you've got questions, know that we'll be back. If you've got questions you want to ask us stuff and things, put it in the comments, put it in the Q&A. We try and make videos to respond. Follow Erin. She has her own channel. In fact, it predates our channel. TPS_Bikehart. It's awesomeness. We have here. Oh, here we go. We have just as we go out. Zach got accepted. What is this? He got accepted for criminology at University of Windsor and has 450 volunteer hours can I become a police?
Wow.
That
That's
sounds
really impressive.
It is impressive. And it's just the kind of thing you should be doing. I would suggest you go and apply regardless. We'll talk to a recruiter. Apply now. It's the best time in the world to become a police officer. We are not getting the same level of applicants as we used to. There's just fewer people applying. So if you would like to become a police officer, this is a really good time to get hired because we're actively looking for people to fill the positions. We're short, and we've got approval to hire more. So this is a fantastic job, a fantastic employer, a career with so many different jobs. You get bored, you can do something different. It's amazing. In terms of applications, check out tps.ca, speak to a recruiter, get more information, but it sounds like you are on the track for success. And the Canadian Show says, keep doing what you're doing, guys. Love the content and education. Thank you very much. Always appreciate the feedback. Last year, we did a bunch of we did a survey because we were investigating to see what the impact of what we were doing was. It was really, really positive. Hundreds and hundreds of responses. We may do something again, but you know what? Thank you very much for spending time with us. Really do appreciate it. We'll be back on Thursday. Have a great day. Do we play the song?
Play the song. Hit it.
Yeah, hit it. This is the Traffic Song. It's an original written, performed, and recorded and played by traffic officers.
Yellow light, red
One in particular.
light, green light, go. Driving safely helps the traffic flow. Watch for pedestrians, look out for bikes, and don't drive like a jerk that no one likes. Yellow light, red light, green light, go. Driving safely is the way to go. Put down your cell phone, nobody needs you to text and drive on the DVP. Yellow light, red light, green light, go. Stop at stop signs, look both ways, then go. Seatbelt, save your life indeed, and watch your driving.
Don't speed.
Yellow light,
I want to
red
sing this one
light,
day.
green light, go. Driving safely is the way to go. Don't drink and drive or smoke some weed because you might go to jail and not get free. Yellow light, red light, green light, go. Driving safely helps the traffic flow.
And I put this question up because it caught me off guard after I already said we were shutting it down. What do you do when someone posts a video of themselves clearly speeding and showing the speedometer? You know what? York Regional Police has actually laid charges in the past or recently on this. And if you're putting up evidence of yourself, you're an idiot and you deserve to be charged. Yeah, I said it. It's true.
Say it.
So the deal is that they are, with technology getting better and better, timestamps and locations, it depends on the situation. We do need to get certain things done, but I've gone and deep dived into people's accounts who are doing this, and I can tell you that they're not smart. Yeah. So getting caught, they're not helping themselves. We are there. We are looking. We are recording. We are building files. And if we don't catch it today, we're certainly going to catch it tomorrow. So with that, I say bye.
Bye-bye.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.